following the presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1. Things. Extra variety and extra spice. Well, tonight we're getting the best of both worlds. Extra variety, extra spice. Let's start it off with Goldie, coming in as aforementioned, a little bit of the pregame here, at 2-3 at 15-15. That's not a record you hear all the time when a sub-500 player enters the ring. But Goldie's been able to persevere, and we'll talk a little bit about her resume as we move forward. And for Leah, this is not the first rodeo. It's deja vu. Let's flash it back to March 2024, where she played Arya back in March Madness. It was in February, but March Madness, the tournament. She took care of business in 7. That was the back-to-back Game 7 winners with JT and Arya, respectively. And now, it's playoff season. We've seen this match before. Let's flash back to yesterday, Nam versus Captain. Nam, the better seed. Captain, top 25 player. Maybe neither one is ranked, but it's a little bit different. Goldie, less wins, better seed. Leah, more wins, worse seed. Something's got to give. Let's find out who's the biggest diamond in the rough in the Diamonds region tonight. Everybody, and welcome to day number dos of Jackpot June. We have been absolutely putting some split bangers so far on the 2 games we have played so far today. And let's get to that schedule. Acosta took care of Allen in a 4-2 classic in the Diamond region. We'll see what Acosta can do, waiting for his opponent on Monday with, of course, Jenna Vapor coming up in the 4-13. Then a shocking day for many. We talked about what will Brian be able to do. Could he get a win? A lot of people know Brian, maybe an average of a win or two a season. Congratulations to Brian on his first win of the season, and he got the job done as he will face Sanford. I just confirmed now in the next round, 12-32. Should be a fun one. We do have Varigold in a plan. I'm going to see if I can get a quick update on that. I believe they just started, so I don't think we have a scoreline on that. So we'll keep that in mind. I think we'll have art on that tonight or something. We'll keep the scoreline ready to go on that. But that is kicking off now in the Spades region. Goldie, Leah right here, of course, in the Diamonds region, which is our only stream game in the match. Then Clubs region, which will be in, I believe...
I will say LaPointe just had a 7-card run. Didn't finish it, but 7-card run.
There you go. Thank you for that. We're keeping the intro going here. But we got Goldie, Leah here, as I said. Caesar Steven, of course, in the Clubs region at 9 o'clock. That will also be in, I believe, Watch Party 3. So we're cranking out the 3 parties right here. The old triple watch party tonight. And then Yepes Monaco non-stream Spades, our highest-ranked player coming in from the Super League list in the top 7. He'll be the only guy on display in the first round. That's at 10 o'clock in the After Dark. The only After Dark game of the entire tournament, at least for up to this point. Well, how the tail tape goes, it's a classic reverse skip metagame. Goldie, the green reverse. Leah, the red skip. The 7-10 splits. 2-3, 15-15 for the rookie Goldie. Of course, was a top 10 player here last year in D2, but this is D1, making her D1 debut, at least for T4. And, of course, Leah not having the best T4 last year, had that loss to Abion. 3-3, 17-21. Get used to a lot of people at 500, but below 500 in the overall game records. Welcome to D1 and parity season. CPU thinks this goes 7 in favor of Goldie. Goldie's season so far, pretty simple. 2-3, had the loss to Caesar, but the wins over Nam and Drip, despite the first round exit to Peter. So far, it's been an okay tournament, or okay area for Goldie. Obviously, Drip and Nam both won on the resume, so that's always helpful, trying to get the 3rd win on the season tonight. And then for Leah, it's been pretty up and down. Had a good March, of course, got the wins over JT Arya, then won against Allen. However, had that bow tie loss 4-1, looking again the rebound back in movie May as she comes in at 3-3. Gerard is on the bye, so the winner of this game will get Gerard and G-Man as per mentioned, the 7-10. Then we finally have a time. Lane Sanders versus Zach will happen at 7 o'clock. Father's Day night, of course. We don't normally like to play on that day. However, that's past the usual daytime hours where people celebrate, so I allowed that one. That'll be Father's Day, of course, at night, 7 o'clock Eastern. Lane Zach, the 3-14. Bama versus OK, Oklahoma. But in the California battle, it was Andy down 3-1 to a 4-3. Big win for Andy. Camaro had all the control, but then all of a sudden the second half roar from good old Andy took care of business. And as Andy will move on to Tilt 32, Camaro will be left wondering what's going to happen as he only has one shot to make it happen in T5. Well, I hope you enjoyed that pregame. That was a lot of words and a lot of action, but we're now finally ready to kick this off as we go to the table right here, down to the booth. We got my main man, Charles Sanford. Welcome, Charles Sanford. It is good to have you back, my friend. Been a while since we've commentated the game together. And, of course, Artis Ref, I'll get his thoughts as well. What are you expecting in this match? Because both players here, let's face it, they have had an up and down season. There hasn't been any consistency. Yet at the same time, both players know it's a playoff environment. And for Leah, never really been in this situation. For Goldie, wasn't in this situation last year in D2, but this is D1, a whole different animal. What are we expecting?
Well, it was a while since we last had a pre-planned one. I mean, we had the impromptu one a little bit earlier in the round. As for what to expect in this one, I mean, 7-10 upsets are plenty usually for this, so Goldie can't come into this one thinking too much thinking too far ahead, because Goldie's been in the spot before and has lost to the higher seeded players, so gonna have to try and prove that she can handle having that home game 7 if it comes down to it. For both players trying to break back into that top 25 as well. So I think from that aspect, it's kind of a do or die situation for both of them. It should bring out the best in both players.
We'll go over to our main man, Art. Art, obviously, normally we don't get ref opinions, but it is a light crap tonight. Your thoughts on this 7-10 game? Because each of the usual lines, 7-10, 8-9, where things can go wild.
Yeah, basically from those sorts of lines, anything can really happen. You can have someone like a 10 being a 7, an 8, or a 9 being an 8, and really anything can happen. It's not basically an upset if the higher seed beats the lower seed. It's just one of those sorts of things that anything's really possible.
And before we get to the questions, it was Gold taking the first game, 12-card start, 12-pack, 1-0 over ALP. We'll keep that series going. Let's move over to now Goldie, who usually types her responses out. Goldie, obviously a different type of environment now. We're in the playoff season. Relegation is not a concern anymore. It's all about trying to make that push to Super League. It starts tonight. You've never played Leah. You may have never seen Leah. But one thing I noticed about your game is the improvement aspect of ammo control and trying to play a little bit more instinctively. What did you learn in that break to play a little bit more instinctively as you look for to push for a big playoff push potentially down the road? And for Leah, it's pretty simple. Obviously, it's been well documented. Your resume has not been the best. Obviously, you had the wins against JT, who's had 0 wins. Ari, and then unfortunately, Allen lost today. However, you basically said, forget the resume. It's all about one thing, just win, 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 baby. And you got a shot right here. You've played this match before, maybe not goalie, but an all-female match. What did you learn in your time off after the bow tie loss? Because that was a long time ago now, about a month, actually 45 days ago almost. That's crazy how time flies. What did you learn those 45 days off as you look to also make a playoff push, as you get your first taste of a playoff experience tonight in T4? Go ahead. You can type or text, all good. Or call.
Hello. Coming in clear?
You got it. Go for it.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, I gotta say, the loss to Bo was a real demotivator at the time. I can't really say it was like all parity coming into play there, because there was a pretty big stats disadvantage, like 12-2 on +2s or something. But I will say, something I've realized I need to work on is just keeping my cool even when I have to play from behind. 1 second.
All right, no problem. Wait for that. As we wait for that answer, Goldie says, I'll be honest, never expect to make Super League be great. Of course, more practice is always better, but I kind of feel like this year is about learning and establishing. I'll get to Sanford on that moment. Leah, continue.
Alrighty, thank you. Yeah, sorry. Can you remind me what the other part of the question was?
Oh, just the learning, what you learned in this 45 days off. That's it.
Oh yeah, definitely just gotta keep my cool. Remember, it's not over till it's over. Only a lost series when you see that 4 wins for my opponent. So uh, I'm hoping I can pull something off here. Kind of deja vu on 2 levels. I beat Alan on the 7-10 line back in T2. Obviously, had the match against Arya. Similar kind of cat fight action, So I think I can just. I think I got a shot here. Excited to see how this plays out.
I appreciate that, Leah. And Goldie says every game is a little different. Lucky you haven't had a repeat opponent like over more. Well, thankfully, with Sanford out the bracket, we usually do a good job of getting your first opponent being someone different. Especially as a rookie, you don't know anybody. It's probably the easiest place to start. You always have different opponents. Isn't that right, Sanford?
Yeah, that is very true. And I think Goldie's had a fairly decent set of opponents. You look at who they've played this year. You had Peter, you had Nam in there.
Drip.
You have Myth, Caesar. Those are always good people to go and get.
Yep,
Now kind of get someone that's a little bit lower on the tier in terms of name brand, at least. So it's going to be interesting to see how Goldie responds to that and how Leah shows up, because Leah, obviously, story was that she managed to kind of grind it out last year, the 0-5 famously, and then had the momentum right at the right time to keep her spot, and has ride into this year reinvigorated.
Yeah, that's sometimes what you need. Sometimes you need a little spark. And Lee says, I don't think ammo control is necessarily a strength, but each time it almost becomes a package now, Sanford. We talk about ammo control, split ammo, all these metas. Everyone's building a notebook. This is a first-year platform. A lot of these guys coming up, especially from D2, they didn't have a chance to play on the spot or have a proper test session. So we'll see how this one goes tonight. Leah is very familiar with this line, 7-10. Goldie, I think, at the same time, has been on the 7 through 10 or 8-9 all season, really, other than maybe the first tournament. They're very familiar. It's been a pretty familiar sighting, so someone's got a gift tonight for sure. All right, let's get to it. I believe that first game of ALP and Gold is still the only game in the books. We'll keep you guys updated as we continue to go on tonight. But first, let's get to it, and we'll begin with my man, Ard. It's good to have Ard back in the booth. Ard, you're going to say those most famous words, buddy. All you, buddy.
Goldie, how many cards for game 1?
I missed that, man. I do miss that.
You are correct. They are still in game 2. It's interesting because we'll have to see how the bot corresponds over here, but it's been on crack over there on the terms of starting card.
Yeah, we also, as we go...
Okay, so far, for those that don't know, we've had a wild start, a +4 start over in the other game, and now we got a green 0 here.
Zero sugar. now, and a draw. How about that? But one thing I did notice today, we did have a little bit of an issue with the bot, but it wasn't the bot, so it was Google Cloudflare acted up, and so you wonder what would have happened with this. We saw Brian win, but who knows with the other games. But let's keep it going.
Update on the...
Oh, we got Trips 9 going on.
Trips
Leah
9
wanting that green.
What we got? An update? What we got, Art?
Update over on the other game. Austin LaPlante just won on an 11 card start for game 2.
Okay, so it's 1-1. LaPlante getting back in. We talk about the story. So many people have won this year. I'm pretty sure it's 54 people have won. I think that eclipses last year's 53. Very close. I'm not sure. It was a lot.
I don't remember how many exactly. Obviously, I've long since erased my list to be able to confirm how many.
Might have to go back to the 24 sheets. But regardless.
Little play from Leah on a +2 Goldie over to blue.
Leah running quick here. Leah running quick here, Sanford. You can see it.
Another double play from Leah.
Whoa! Look at that.
Absolutely
Leah
firing away.
Into the red zone.
Sanford scoreboard. You got me?
Oh, whoops.
Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah,
Whoopsie.
Thanks to who caught that. I'm not going to say his name. Anyway, oh wait, Goldie with a misplay. No wild +2 in the book, and there goes Leah to red.
Oops.
Yeah, that's a big misplay. But Goldie fires back with a pluser.
I think it was supposed to be a +4.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have been a +4. Yeah. Well, that could work. Have blue too as well. So Leah's going to have to readjust now. Goldie, just like that, flips it back to red. Is that going to ice Goldie out? Let's see. Answer, no. +2 save. Flip the scoreboard.
Nice play right there by Goldie.
Into hockey, into Eric Monica. We'll see Eric tonight at 10.
Goldie now in the red zone.
Leah ties it up.
As well.
Yep, here we go. Race to the finish. A little sprint action. Goldie plays it clean.
Oh, ditto play.
Leah draws.
Good way to start off this matchup.
Here comes Goldie looking for some answers right here. Let's see. Is this a 3-card to finish? It is! How about that?
Yeah, Ben. Wow.
Yeah, had something loaded up in the back pocket. Kind of missed a little bit of that. I'll have to catch it up because we were worried about the other game with the update. But I'll ask Goldie here real quick. Goldie, off the initial get-go, first draw, tell me what that first draw was. First 2 draws. Was that a good connector? Or were you just looking to fish around because you had lack of ammo? Let me know there. Off the green 0. Started off. Then I'll formulate another question right here. I got a connector in a while. Okay. Plus variety or regular? Regular or plus? +4. Okay. So talk to me about the art of light switching. You did a good job with the fade. We talk about fading. We know the wild +2 is the wild +4 for sure. That was a misplay. But do you think that mistake almost profited you in a way? Because think about it. You flushed Leah's red inadvertently and maybe got her guessing. Talk to me through how that inadvertent play, saving the red, maybe saving some of your colors, allowed you to run to the finish as well. Some of the learning process and progressions you went through there. Leah, for you, pretty simply, looking at this game, I don't think you really did anything wrong there. You kind of let the pace run through. You had the plus deuce. You got out through a nice lead. You had the wild red. Did you need to stay wild red more? Did you need to stay red and more to finish? Or ultimately you were just kind of at a back end door and you couldn't connect after the red and couldn't find that third progression?
That was a case where my final 3 cards, I had the regular wild. It was into a red reverse and 3, so I was a turn away from the finish if it wasn't for the +4 there. It's just a situation where, I kind of played my hand too early, I think, Once Goldie came in with the +4 and then the +2 later on, I just got stuck with a lot of numbers. Not much I could do at that point, but it is what it is. Just game 1.
It is a feeler. We talk about that all the time, Sanford. Wait for Goldie to type a response here. I definitely liked at the end. I had a few different options for how I could finish out the game, knowing what to save and what to send out. Okay. What did you see, Sam, from the pace right there? Obviously, both were playing extremely quick. No holds bar, still working on my face. No holds bar for sure. Do you think both have got a read on it, or do you think we need a game 2? Because 2 minute 34 seconds, it's hard to get a feeler for both areas.
Yeah, sorry, hold on. I'm trying to make sure that something's notated from the other game.
Okay, we'll go to R real quick. R, your thoughts on what you saw first? I don't really have much questions prepped for you, but if you want to chime in.
There's really not much to really throw out there. That was a really fast game. But then again, 10 cards. It could go pretty quick. It could go very slow. But it's a slow feeler for this. I think once we get into maybe the later games of this match, we'll start to see more things out of both players.
Now I'll go to Sanford. Sanford, you think you got enough for a read, or still some weaknesses to be exploited here after this game 1 because it was so quick?
I think the quick play in itself is a read.
Okay.
So obviously both players looking like they're going to want to play quick. Who's going to be that first that decides maybe I need to slow it down, look at the card history, try and analyze some things? That might be the key to see when that comes into play later on.
Still working on the fade, so we'll see what Goldie will look for the fade here. She has game 1 on the 10 cards. We'll go to Art as always. He's the ref. We'll ask for those most famous words with no 10 off the board. Go for it,
Art. Goldie, no 10 here, but how many cards do you want for game 2?
1 up we go.
1 up.
1 up this time. All right, we'll see if we'll slide to the left and not have a +4 something silly on the start. Here we go. Are you kidding me?
That's the second one of the night.
Crikey.
I'm the master of reading, I guess.
You jinxed it.
Yeah, I'm very good at reading. Welcome to the game of KT knowing how to read. But
Welcome to KT, knowing what happens a lot of the times.
Yeah, it's welcome
to KT predicting the next card every single time.
just like my resume, right, Stanford? Really good. Anyway,
Yeah.
exceptional.
Goldie, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You don't want to know.
Goldie, you don't want to know. It's something ridiculous.
It annoys the likes of me and KT is all you need to know.
And Stanford. And Art, yeah.
It annoys all of us because it's ridiculous.
So it doesn't annoy everyone. It just depends on where their background was.
True. Anyway.
Yeah. That's where the origin's from.
7-2, not the best in poker, just an Uno. Perfect.
I think Gold just had a 22 card comeback.
Oh, Austin LaPlante.
Gold just won a full send game.
Make sure Nam notes that. Let him know. Someone tell him to note that in the ref log. Oh, LaPlante. Where art thou, LaPlante, on ammo control?
Didn't know Yepes was watching.
No. Anyway.
So we get a green ale cube action there from Leah.
Anyway. We'll keep it going.
This is my sleep paralysis.
Jeez.
Good.
Fair, that's how I got to be so good in that first year was I just watched every game of a tournament after I went out.
That's true.
Good Lord.
I had the time to.
Good Lord. Anyway, moving on.
We'll draw city here as we go back. We go back now.
Draw city. Dose.
Oh, and Yepes is typing.
Oh boy.
Triple play.
That's a good triple play right there.
All right, triple play here. So that Goldie using her own card to navigate it into the toasty to DJ, who won. Now we'll see what it'll be from Leah because it opens up a little bit of Pandora's. It's been 2 color box so far. Yo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, because the suit was tied to it, not the region.
Yeah, we have to assign colors.
So everyone that has a green card has club. Yeah, everyone that's got a red card has hearts.
Yeah. And then of course we don't have blue diamond would have made sense, right? Spade yellow. Anyway, yeah, it's a little bit of a filler, but Leah will do a +4 now.
Into a 1-up this time.
Yep, and from old Chomik to the first-time winner of the 2025 season, Brian, this year. Got the big win over Ed. As Leah draws out. Here comes Goldie now, looking to fire. And draw city again. Population.
Draw city. Yeah, population. These two.
Still waiting for it as they continue. You gotta think here, Sam, from looking at the CH, still early. As we look at it right here, only the 2 +4s used. That makes a little bit of a different change. You're not looking for maybe a +4 here. Maybe you're looking for a +2 connector. I think that's what can navigate it. Still drawing out now. Here comes both.
I mean, it's going to be a case of who gets that card that they need to play first. Do they decide that, okay, I'm just going to throw a number out if I need to, just to see if it moves the bar?
Goldie's still drawing. What will it be from Leah? We're into the full send range. There's a G6 Vapor.
You reached full send.
Leah pops it open.
We're on time to send full send.
Double OG now. We're popping it open to Steven 6. And now we're going wild with the switch. A trip 6, Devil's Wild into Sam for himself.
That's supposed to be saying something about my season.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh, that's the Skittles. Popping out in M. Quad
Skittles.
6s. Hey, how about that? 4 of a kind right there for the old casino term. 4 of a kind on the 6s.
Everybody get the Skittles.
4 of a kind Skittles right there with the old 6s. Oh, jeez.
Okay. All right, you ruined it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's worse ones. There's the bathtub one.
Fair point.
That one's crazy. That's the craziest one. The bathtub.
All right.
Half off special in Annie.
Special.
Yep. Still locking in here, trying to get through it. Going through a little bit of the clag, as I like to say, a little bit of the old deg as we go. Oh no, here we go.
Here we go again.
So we got
Don't.
six in a row on just sixes and threes. Full house is right there. And we'll end the full house train.
Oh,
And
that's a
it's
great.
0.
Hey, that's a great hand in poker.
And in poker, it's just right. In here, it's still right too. Red 7, double play from Goldie. Goes into Zach. Leah looking for the aggressive. Does she go for the switch? No, we'll go double up into the red 4 to appear. 9 and 9. Blue 4 from Goldie, trying to keep 2 color. Goldie looking to hold serve. Does Leah got a back end answer? Plus 2, there we go.
Into a half off.
Plus 2 into a half off. There we go. So that puts Leah in front. Goldie aggressive with the switching to yellow this time. Opening up some more colors. Doubles up again. A lot of that.
Well, 2s and 4s, okay.
To Acosta one earlier today. Here comes Leah now, looking to fire. There's another switch in the back pocket. Oh my, huge heater. This is the old send it back.
Cards to Goldie. Going, why not? As they get in.
Why not?
Sent back.
Well, there's your receipt.
There's the receipt. How about that?
Don't look at the other chat as well. Gold is very much getting into the theme. Just said hit me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I can already tell.
Hit, that's
a
+2 and said hit me.
Yeah, that's a plus 2 door opener. That's a plus 2.
Why would you do that?
Don't tell it to Art. That's his worst nightmare.
Yeah, I'm not looking over there for a bit.
0, okay. Reverse into a draw. We saw that just yesterday, ironically enough.
We're seeing a lot of things tonight, that's for sure. Here we go. Oh, Goldie double Caesar into Yepes. The South American combo. Lethal.
Well, so
7-11.
LaPlante obliged, but also
Not
because they gave cards on the +4, not the +2.
LaPlante is a wild man.
Well, here's the thing. It wasn't another +2. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obliged, but didn't oblige.
So it's like, yes, you did get hit with some cards, but not that many.
We'll go into blue now. We'll go back to this game here. We'll keep an eye on that. Got Sanford on standby here. One up this time in a retro. Here comes Leah now. You got to think every color used seemed to be iced on the green. They were both seems to be a neutralizer on the green. Does Leah go for the break switch? Down 4 cards, looking to start some momentum here. Back and forth on the +4s and +2s.
I can do that real quick.
That's hard for us.
Yeah, we're at over 8 minutes.
Yeah, 8:30. I was about to say in my head. Yep.
So we've been going at this for a little bit.
This is the ultimate feeler game compared to game 1. Both have now they got a feel for it.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a question if this is
one up this time from Leah from JT to M. Half off special to Andy. Goldie running as well. Close to the red zone. Here comes Leah. Both have been splattering +2s galore. Is there any more in the back pocket?
Well, Goldie actually is into the red zone now. That one.
Leah, obviously no +2s coming. We've used both in blue, so this is going to be artificial for sure. Taking your time. So this is the old... Plays one up this time. Okay. I think stop moment there. Here comes Goldie now. Double play in the reverses. Here we go. Looks for the finish. Does Goldie have the finish for the win? For 2-0. No check.
No, just a check.
Big check there from Goldie. Puts Lee in a compromised spot early. And goes to green. Is it the right color? Yes!
Great move.
How many of the colors played?
Oh, it's a classic!
The KT Classic to stall it out. And now Goldie will have to do all the hard work again. And no top direct +4. Yep. Well, that's what you got to do, Sanford, sometimes. Topper right there.
Great job on the classic.
Goldie will get the topper to
Solid
start.
play.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got to do something. Got to stall it back, ISO it, and let Draw City take it as you will. Here we go. Here comes Goldie. Looking for a Draw City, so we're going to keep it clean. Still keeping it clean. Great ISO move. It's all about the top deck now and what's in the old kitty. Let's see what will be. Green 2, 1 up this time. Small straight going, Sanford.
Great.
Just need a 4 and a 5 to get large.
Yeah. Let's see. Guess it'd be a straight flush in a way.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Can still get it if we get a 4. Oh my god, here we go.
Can we get a 5?
If we get a 5, that's a straight flush.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a straight flush. Just watch. Someone's gonna change it.
Is it a straight flush or is it just going to be a classic change? Still pretty cool to get a 1 through 4.
Deck a +4 to win the 5 card start after losing.
Plant ties it up, the animal.
Doing 5 cards. Wow.
Wait, the boldness too. He picked the 14
Oh,
loss,
just
and they play an 8-minute game.
But, you know, the guy I think here, Sanford, Leah is still going to fight from behind her because Goldie's still in control. 2 cards to 13. Number
All you gotta
efficiency.
do is gotta make sure to basically avoid the number efficiency. That's basically all you really gotta do if you're Leah, yeah.
What will it be from Leah? Just draws.
But
Is it a
can't
6?
avoid it yet.
Is it a 6 from no?
Not 6.
Still draw City. Leah going way back. Obviously, Goldie's still in control with 3 cards.
Well, and to be fair, actually, there's only 2 other 6s left in the entire deck. One's
Yes.
yellow, one's red.
Yeah, so you'd have to really find some
Every other
magic.
6 is played. Finds the 1.
There's the 1. There's the yellow one.
So there's a, as about to say, there's a little bit more yellows. There's a bit more 1s out there. Now that still only leaves us with 2 1s though. 1 in blue and 1 in red.
What will it be from Leah?
As we are starting to get closer to reshuffle territory.
Well, I think Sanford the +2s would be here now, especially in yellow. The other +2 could be coming with a connector in the red. I got a feeling. I'm sensing a matchup pop and dump here.
I mean,
Well,
if it is a +2, there's only the 1 in yellow and then both in red. That's all that's left.
So no. Okay, so a little bit of an end around play to go to blue, trying to play ISO because there's not many blues left. Let's see if Goldie was saving the blues.
Got rid of the other reverse and skip in blue by doing that.
Goldie has the blue 9. That's Nick. So still blues left for the Goldie.
Yeah, only like 4. There's only 4 blues left. 1 was the 5.
There's the 5.
One's
5
the
There's
one's
that
an 8.
5.
Is it number
And one's
efficiency
a
on the
9.
5s, though? Is it number efficiency on the 5s, or does Goldie have 1 extra blue in reserves? It's the number efficiency on the 5s!
Efficiency on the 5.
Fight the odds.
Bingo! KT Reed. Here comes Leah. Any answer? Is it the +2s?
What was that reaction?
Not risking it. Goes back to the KT Classic. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
It's fair.
That you gotta try it. You know what?
At this point, you got nothing to lose.
And you look at it in green. We've
Goldie
only got
did it earlier, too, I
3,
think.
a 4, both 5s, and
There's a
9.
3. There's a 3 now.
Plus
Well,
6.
there's the 3. Well, now it opens it up again with Pandora's wide open on this yellow.
And yellow is our most available color, so we near the just past the 14.5-minute mark of this game.
Long second
Real.
game here. We're drawing it out.
Yeah, let me check that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're definitely. Well, welcome to the game here, man. We've seen
Nothing
longer.
like multiplying the length of the game by 7.
We've seen longer though. Just today we saw some crazy game.
Well, that is true.
Another
What?
KT Classic.
Are you kidding me?
We've seen like 4 or 5 and 3 or
There's
4.
only 1 wild left.
Wait a minute! It's a safe play.
That
Where did
is
you pull
insane.
that one out? I gotta find out. Where'd you pull that out? Draw City?
Out of nowhere.
Or just waiting for a connector? That's a crazy win.
That's a great win.
More recent KT Classic, so it'd be when you were at the Czech from Red 5, if my memory serves me correct. Ah, so you're waiting for the connector. I got you.
Perfect.
Yep. That will. Yeah, that's a bingo jingo play. Yeah, I got you. Well, then I'll go to you here, Goldie. Really, this game was about card history. Did you feel confident throwing the kitchen sink with the +2s, considering you had saw the +2s from Leah going back and forth? Did you feel the sense it was going to be a high ammo game, and you felt more comfortable to throw some more ammo? You starting to get a little bit more reads on those higher ammo games, and then for Leah, I mean, you did the KT Classics, but the light switching was interesting despite all that. Talk to me about the light switching and also just the fact that you couldn't really connect, I think, more towards the end because you were just playing more defense with the +2s, especially on those last classics. Talk to me through it.
Yeah, that was so this is something I said in a practice series a while ago. It's like if there's one thing I'm good at, it's stalling out an already lost game. After I played those like the blue reverse and skip a while back, I was stuck with all numbers. Drosity wasn't giving me anything except the wilds, obviously. I mean,
Right.
just like every color felt like walking on grenades at that point, so I felt like the only thing I could do was keep sending it back with the classics. I don't really think I had a way to win that game. So it's an unfortunate situation, but even down 2-0, I mean, like I said, it's not over till it's over. So
Use the update.
LaPlante down to his last strike, and looking at the stats, he's had every +4 and wild in the subway. Okay. Well, I'll have to fight off on that one. Hopefully he picks a full sender or something for the next game. Knowing him.
He went full sender.
Did.
What can I say? Anyway. At this rate, I don't even know what to say anymore.